Warning, this podcast contains grown-up subjects and big boy words. It is intended for adults only, but we won't tell on you if you don't tell our grandmas how many swears we did.
Welcome to Only Mostly Thread, where three creative professionals thread our way through the frightening force of peculiar posts, attempt to answer curious questions, and dive deep into Reddit's reserves, all to bring something special to you. I'm your hairiest host, Devin Hoy.
I'm your metal musician and resident asshole, Lily Taylor.
I'm your sometimes anxious, sometimes okay person, Sarah.
Person.
And that's the three of us.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna start today by saying that segment that we had last time that we aired about people doing nice things that you wish they'd stop doing happened to me today about like 10 times on my way home from work, whenever people were just letting other people into traffic on like major roads just because they felt like it. They were like, oh yeah, they have a stop sign, but you know what? I'm just gonna let them in.
Now, this doesn't make sense to me. Like, obviously it's something that we have all experienced and are very frustrated at. But you're on a major road. Are they like...
There's huge line of cars, which is probably why they felt bad. But I'm just like, you are just congesting traffic more by doing this. Like, please stop. For the love of God, would you please just let traffic take its normal course here?
Is this the kind of major road where there are like entrance and exit ramps? Or is it like...
It's like one of the confusing congestion intersections like in Rockville, like where there's like a road going this way and then also this way and a stoplight, and this guy has a stop sign, and like have to, when you're going straight through the light, you then keep going, and then these people have a stop sign, so they have to stop and wait for there to be an opening. But today, for some reason, my line of people did not understand that you don't let them in, you just keep going. And then once they have an opening, because there's a stoplight right there will be an opening. Once there's an opening, they can go. But
you just got to trust the system.
Yeah. Right. And that was like one of 10 different instances on my way home. And by the end, I was like, oh my God.
That's a statistical anomaly at that point.
My goodness. It was awful. I don't understand. Like, everybody was just feeling extra nice today, but in a way that was super fucking annoying.
If only they could take that extra niceness energy and channel it into something that isn't disruptive.
Right? And I just saw a horrible car accident this morning, and that's all I was thinking about was like, there's just going to be so many of these all the time because you people just can't get your head out of your ass and just let traffic be what it is.
Stop being nice.
Yeah.
Quit being nice, people.
Simple
it's
fix.
very hard to drive with your head in your ass.
Apparently it's easy and people do it all the time. So
well, this is why there's accidents.
Mm-hmm.
Every accident has been caused by a contortionist.
So I am a new changed person after having seen the rest of The Sopranos. Remember last time I had one more episode. Yeah, a lot has happened since then. I'm 19 episodes into the Talking Sopranos podcast, which aired during the pandemic, and it's like already over, I'm like really far behind, but it's okay. I'm really enjoying it. It's like reliving the COVID all over again, which is like not the best, but at least the discourse is really fun. It's by Steve Sciarippo, I think, the guy that played Bobby Bacala, and then Michael, I can't think of his last name, but he played Christopher. So they're like a great foil for each other. I actually really liked the ending. I thought I was going to hate it. And like, I heard so many terrible things about the ending, about how it like disappointed people. And I think it's because like I read an interview with like David Chase and why that like he verified what happened. And like people were just guessing before. So I think knowing the intention behind it now, it makes a lot of sense. I don't like, not that it's a spoiler, but I like don't need to go into it. So yeah, I actually really felt like it was a creative approach. Yeah. And I also saw Paddington and Paddington 2. And let me just tell you, I became like a big Paddington pusher. I watched Paddington now in since like literally 1 week ago, I've seen Paddington, the first Paddington 3 times and Paddington 2 twice.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Because I kept making people watch it and everyone
That's so
loved
cute.
it.
We'll have to
We've
watch
heard good
Paddington
things.
too.
We have to. But
You
first,
guys haven't seen Paddington 2?
No, I feel
Just
like we need to
Paddington
watch
one.
the
Oh, okay.
Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent again and then follow it up with Paddington 2.
Yeah.
I think it needs to be like a movie night where we do that.
I went
Maybe we
to
can
watch.
sandwich it. We can do Paddington 1 and then
Oh.
the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent and then Paddington 2.
That sounds like a really good time. I went to go try to watch that last night because my aunt and her boyfriend were visiting, and we were like talking about Paddington. But I had just watched it a bunch of times,
Like 4 times.
course.
Yeah, even though I would have still watched it again, but Hunter was like, "No, I just watched it one time." Like he just
He
can't
didn't want
sit through
to
it.
pop that more than once cherry in a week or something.
I guess. So we were gonna watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, but it's like a premium add-on to Hulu or something. Like I don't know how many streaming services you're supposed to buy, but we have a lot of them, and I still couldn't watch it. So
Damn.
yeah,
It might it might be able to rentable on Amazon for like $3.
yeah, it probably is.
That's a thing that I forget about a lot, and I'm like, that's nothing money. If you
Yeah.
go to the theaters, you're spending $17.
But disagree
True.
that nothing money adds up. And right now, I feel like we're going into a recession, which is sad. Nobody wants to talk about, but it sucks. Everything is expensive. And honestly, I made a comment today that like I've been hearing about the recession over and over and over again in all the news outlets, and I never really like. It's not like I didn't pay attention. It's just like I was trying to ignore it and just like it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. And then one of my artist friends got laid off today, like one of my graphic designer friends. And I was like, that's how you know that it's happening, is like your graphic designer friends are always the first people to lose their jobs whenever a recession is happening. So
Yeah.
Coming after you, Sarah.
Yeah. Or you can't find jobs. I can't tell you how many interviews that I've been on. Well, I can tell you. It's like 5 where they're like, oh, yes, we'll bring you on. It's like project based, right? So it's not like a super stressful interview. It's more just like, I already thought I had the gig and they just wanted to get to know me. And then like a couple weeks go by and I find out that they had a hiring freeze or they're not moving forward with the project because you're exactly right. Like art,
Because recession.
yep. Creative work is the first thing to go. It's not essential,
Sucks
which I beg
butts.
to differ, but
Right. We need it. The pandemic made that so clear that creative work is so essential and that people needed it to just get through the day. Like there was nothing.
yeah. It also proved that you don't need to go to work every single day and we could have a 4-day work week and people are so much more productive when they're happy and they have like a healthy work-life balance. But
Somehow
It's true.
everybody's still not teleworking. How is that a thing?
And also working as much. I know that in like a lot of full-time jobs in England aren't 40 hours a week. They're like 36 hours a week or whatever, which is they're still doing 5 days a week, but like it's unnecessary.
Yeah.
And that's already like showing that 40 hours is unnecessary.
I'm even fine with doing 40 hours, but I would love to do a 4-day work week instead and just like load up those
Yes.
4 days and then have a 3-day weekend because they've proven that even that change makes people so much more productive because you can then have a life outside of work, Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially with like gas prices, what they are, and everybody having to commute still because people can't get their head out of their ass again. To realize that we
so
could
many
telework.
contortionists ruining the world.
So many heads up, so many butts. Like, I don't get it.
now we know where to direct our anger.
Contortionist.
These damn
Just people with their
contortionists.
heads up their butts.
Well, I was gonna say something and now I don't remember what that is.
Oh,
so
sorry.
instead, oh no, don't apologize. That's on me. Instead, I'll say, who wants the nut?
Let's nut.
Let's get ready to nut.
One of these has to be like a marketable catchphrase, and we haven't found it yet, and I don't think we ever will because they're all
No, because
variations of.
Because literally now we're just, let's get ready to nut. Nut.
It's nutting time.
No,
all
no.
right.
Anything that I say will just be worse.
It's time for nuts.
Okay.
This one's we were
Oh.
talking about sad stuff like the depression, recession, like the recession. So I decided that we should do a nice light question.
Cool.
User Melee Sundis says, what should be illegal to put ketchup on?
So we're getting down to the to the real problems. We're solving the real societal issues here. What should be illegal to put ketchup on?
Ice cream.
Oh, yep, that's a good one.
That's
a
like
good
the
one.
worst thing I can think of.
If I think of like
you've
the
actually
flavor
seen a person
profiles,
put ketchup on ice cream before?
No.
Oh, okay.
But
I was
It should just
wondering.
be
illegal.
illegal.
It's really disgusting.
If I saw someone
hmm.
put ketchup on ice cream, I'd be more demented than I already am.
You'd call the police,
Yeah, right.
and they would get there, and they'd be like, "Ma'am, what's the problem?" And then they'd see this person putting ketchup on ice cream, and they'd be
Right.
like, "Never mind," and they'd lock them up.
I'm gonna say cake.
Ugh.
That's where my
Ugh.
brain went
I was
after
gonna say
Sarah said.
I was gonna say
ice
fruit,
cream.
but tomatoes are technically a fruit. So
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
gonna say
know
fruit
if that
too.
works. What?
What should be illegal to put ketchup on?
Chocolate.
I'm gonna. I don't. Here's the part where we play the game or we go for our best
know.
answers. And I kind of want to say a latte.
Oh yes,
Ugh.
that's disgusting.
Just make that nice latte foam art and then drizzle a little bit of ketchup on top.
That's so gross.
Give
Ugh.
me 1 second to think about whether I want to play that just because it's
So nasty.
it's good.
Yeah.
But I don't.
While you think
don't-
about that, let's take a look at the scoreboard. All right. So right now we have Devin on top of the scoreboard with 17 points. I am in second, just barely, with 13, and Lily has 11.
Woo.
So it's a relatively tight game still.
I think I might change my answer to be something. I want to put my head in a space where maybe somebody has seen someone do it before. And while it should be illegal to put ketchup on lattes, I doubt anybody's seen it. So I'm going to say sushi.
Oh, my God.
that's nasty.
Yeah, I bet there's somebody out there
That's
at
a good one.
Japanese restaurant and they ask
So
for
fucking
ketchup.
gross. All right, so are we doing top or best? Or do we have to do the coin flip?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I like that anymore. Do we like the coin flip? Or do we just go top all the time since
I'm
the
fine with
default's
going
the
top
best?
all the time.
I do like the idea of going by like sheer numbers.
All right, let's do top.
I'll read the first one. And I think, Sarah, you mentioned this, but didn't
You gotta
choose
be
it.
kidding me.
User Great Big Whore said chocolate.
Shit.
Number 2, I never said I was nice, says ice cream.
Oh, look at that.
So she still got in for
Oh,
the
shit.
win.
You get 9 points.
Damn.
Nice.
All right. I didn't even have to think about that one.
That probably puts you in the lead.
Yep, I got
Yeah.
22.
Someone replies to that. Blitz202 says, but what about ketchup flavored ice cream?
Ugh,
Is that a thing?
that's fucking gross.
No,
Also,
call the
I'm
police.
Yeah.
pretty sure that's not real. That's so nasty.
I never said I was nice. Actually said I'm calling the police after that person said that.
I'm so glad. Get that person off the streets.
Oh, God. This is like actually making me feel a little sick.
Yeah, this is really gross.
Because the next person.
I hope that whoever's listening to this, I hope that you're eating. Right now.
Yeah.
Right? So he's like, let's not talk about anything sad because recession, but also I'm going to fucking gross you out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make you feel nauseous instead. Not because you're poor, but because this is nasty.
Grateful Nanners said, my stepdaughter enjoys ketchup with Oreos.
Ugh.
That's what made me feel a little sick.
That's gross. That's somebody actually doing it.
Yeah. This next
Oh,
one
man.
is super weird and creepy. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, wow. Howard House Wrestling says an open wound.
Don't like that.
I don't know
like
if it
that
should
at
be
all.
illegal, though.
Yeah, that's not exactly like a breaking the law sort of thing. Like, what if you're a real indie filmmaker and you're like, oh, we have a scene where you're really bleeding and you're doing the fight scene and the guy accidentally punches you in the brow and it starts bleeding a little bit, but you're like, oh, we need to ham it up. What do we got? Spread some ketchup all around it.
Nice.
Yes, for that really specific and probably, something that happens all the time scenario.
Hey, listen.
In that case.
Literally every 30
in-
seconds.
One day in high school, I was taking a film class and we all had to do shorts, but like we would team up and be the crew on each other's short films. And this was for a friend named Joey, and he was doing this spy short film. It was pretty funny for like high schoolers. It had like an office opening and all that stuff. But anyway, there's one point where we had a fight scene and the guy got bloody, and we were on college campus because they had some cool locations there, and we needed blood, and we didn't have any. Somehow we overlooked it. We're high schoolers, okay? So I went to Five Guys. I walked up, and they have a line of like those ketchup pressy tubey thingies, like big vats of ketchup, and you press down on the tubes and it squirts it out. And so since it's Five Guys, they also have those like paper
The fry troughs.
yeah,
those
the fry
things.
troughs, but they have those next to the free peanuts. So I don't have to do anything. I just I was a guy who just walked into Five Guys, took 2 troughs for peanuts, filled them up with ketchup, and just walked out. And
You're the weirdest guy in the world now.
yeah, well,
Somebody
I wonder,
remembers you as, you remember that one time that guy who was probably high as fuck came in and took like 2 troughs of ketchup from.
well, they probably thought, man, I wonder what he's putting that on, and maybe they had their own little thread, just like this one.
Maybe.
Ketchup should be illegal to eat by itself.
Yeah, I agree
Very
with
true.
that too.
That is really gross.
But anyway, then we used ketchup for a wound. So
Nice. This next one, I don't think it should count because I don't feel like it's a real answer. The Black
No, it's
Carlo
not.
says, I am Italian. I feel like this is an important detail to know since we are wide known around the world for basically being the Nazis of food. That said, I believe that you should do whatever the hell you want with your food. It's yours. Who cares if you ruin a centuries old recipe, blah, blah, blah. What I think should be illegal is waste. Don't waste your food. Eat how you want. It's your moment to enjoy, but do not throw it away.
yeah, now get out of here, the Black Carlo. You're not answering the question.
Can we just do a little segue though? Because when I
would
said the
love to
word
have a little segue.
when I said the word Nazis, it reminded me of a moment today when I saw on the internet that Kanye West apparently said in an interview that Hitler was pretty cool or some shit.
Yeah, I saw that on the internet today too.
Yeah.
He actually said, I like Hitler
He did.
on Alex Jones, whatever that's called, podcast or show. Or it
He
is
says-
rough. He said Hitler like made highways. He's responsible
Yeah.
for highways and the
Also,
microphone
Holocaust
he was
didn't
using.
happen.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Guys,
And
I feel
he
like
said,
this is,
well, I see good things about Hitler, he said.
I feel like this is too easy when it's
Right?
Kanye.
My goodness.
We're not even making goofs and jokes. We just say
No.
real things that have happened.
Yeah. That was front of mind when I got on today too. I had just stumbled
That's-
upon that information,
That's
unfortunately.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
But apparently
I was,
some Republicans are like unfollowing him on stuff now after that. And I was like, man, it took.
Wow, that's the line.
That's what it took. So apparently there is
That's
a
what it
line
took.
and somebody finally crossed it.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
God.
when I saw the word Nazis, I thought about Indiana Jones 5, which is coming out, baby.
They
Yeah, I
still
was gonna
make
say, I
more
have
Indiana
absolutely no
Jones
idea.
movies?
Harrison
They're
Ford is
making
still going to
one
be in
last
it
one.
Wow.
because he's not
Nice.
dead yet.
He's closing down. John Williams, the composer, I think,
Yeah.
is also retiring, and this will be his last movie, I think.
Are you kidding? Oh my God.
So I'm seeing it in
That's,
theaters
that's a choice.
in support of Mr. Williams.
Man, can you imagine,
Wow.
like, after the last Indiana Jones movie and what it was, choosing to make the subsequent Indiana Jones movie your very last movie? Because I feel like that is a very Sean Connery level decision in the last movie that he decided to do. But anyway, I mean, the score won't be bad.
We've given it time. It's not George Lucas. They're probably pretending that Indiana Jones 4 never happened.
Yeah, that's true.
Guess what? I never saw Indiana Jones.
Any of them?
No, I saw part of it at my friend's house in like 3rd grade. The one with the stone, and
you know-
I liked it.
I
The one
can't
with the
believe you
stone.
haven't seen them.
That's the Temple of Doom, right?
That's the weirdest one.
Is that
other
the
than
one with
fourth
like
one
the
that's
big
really
ball
good.
that chases him out or whatever?
No, that's the first one.
Yeah, that's
I
the
think I
first
saw
one.
the first one.
Okay, so you have seen the Indiana Jones movies.
There
Well,
were Nazis.
part of it. Oh, I don't
Were there
remember that.
Nazis?
I don't
Was there a
remember
staff
like
of Ra?
If you don't remember
A scepter?
Nazis, you definitely didn't watch the Indiana Jones movies because
Snakes?
there's Nazis in all of them.
I
Not
was
Temple of
really
Doom.
young though.
Oh, you're right. Temple of Doom does not have Nazis.
Was Short Round in it?
I remember like one scene.
Was there
It's on my
the
list.
dancing scene with the sequin dresses and stuff? Do
The
you
one
remember
thing
that?
I remember is him swinging on a vine or a rope
Oh no. If he was
And-
swinging on a vine.
Okay, a rope. I don't know.
Okay.
And there was like a.
Was this Tarzan? Did you see Tarzan and you
yes,
thought it was Indiana Jones?
How much
I know,
Elton
I saw-
John was in this movie? Was it scored by Elton John?
Was it actually CGI Dwayne Johnson as a scorpion? Was that what you saw? Was Brendan Fraser the
No,
one
no,
swinging on the
no.
vine?
No, there's like a dark cave thing and some like precious thing, rock thing, and he has to
He
get
swaps it with a bag of sand.
He goes,
That's the first one.
Yeah.
And that's like the opening scene.
Yeah, so I probably was bored and wanted to turn it off. I never really liked movies like. I mean, I think now I'd love it, and it's on my list
Yeah.
of movies to watch.
Do you know which one I think is the strongest and also what I regularly say is in my top 5 movies of all time ever made?
the one with Sean Connery, because that's my favorite.
Yeah, Indiana Jones 3. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
I
Sean
just
Connery
love
plays
their
his dad,
chemistry.
which is
They're
the best
so
dynamic.
good together.
It's so good. So I think that you said it's on your list. You need to watch the first 2. But I also think that we should plan a get together, Hunter included, and just have an Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade watch.
Yes.
some
I
night.
love that idea.
That'd be so fun.
Sounds
All
like a
right,
plan.
thanks for bearing with us, audience.
Well, we just made weekend plans.
They're just sitting
This
there
is-
like, okay, but like, what's number 5? Jesus, get to the
This is
ketchup.
this is the parasocial relationship that all of my listeners don't want from me.
Hey, all right, number 5.
Okay. A non-atrocity said a Van Gogh painting. Isn't that already illegal?
Yes,
If it isn't,
it definitely
okay.
is already
It
illegal.
should be.
it is. I was gonna say it should be if it isn't. Like
Yeah.
the most legit should be out of all of this list.
But it's
But even if
already
it is illegal, it still should be illegal. If you really
That's
want to.
fair, I guess.
That's actually a really, really good answer. The next one, where grapes may rule, says illicitly obtained thermonuclear weapons. You know
I
what? We
mean,
messed up.
sure.
We messed up, guys.
Yeah.
The question
We
did
took it
not
too
say
literally.
It wasn't
The-
food.
no, we didn't take it literally enough. The question doesn't say what food should be illegal to put ketchup on. It says what should be illegal to put ketchup
Yeah.
on.
Oh, this next answer is my new favorite.
All right.
Dacris says someone else's child. What the fuck?
Expensive
That's
rhubarb 87 replies to that with, but on your own child is perfectly fine.
And
Oh,
then they say
no.
or mustard, whatever. just never even answers. Just or mustard. It's all good.
Whatever.
Okay, that was number 7.
So funny.
Sleepy Ferrali said pancakes. One of my younger cousins used to pour it on his pancakes all the time.
That's
Back to
disgusting.
food. That's really gross. Also,
Yeah.
hold up. This person used the verb pour. They're not squirting it on the pancakes. They're not drizzling it on the pancakes. They're
Yeah,
pouring
Dumping loads of ketchup on a pancake. I mean,
I'm so grossed
that
out right
that
now.
upsets me.
ketchup. I'm mad.
I'm mad too. It should be illegal.
Go to jail.
Like,
Okay, hold on.
it doesn't taste
What?
good.
This one's number 9. This next one.
PBNKL says banana.
Yeah,
That's really gross.
fully
That,
agree.
that's pretty bad.
Oh my goodness, this next one is so mean. Apprehensive Deal 483 says people allergic to tomatoes. Like, no shit.
Yeah, that should
It's a
be
logical
illegal.
answer.
The
might not
person
be
underneath
illegal.
said that's just assault and it's illegal already.
Yeah.
If you know that
Alright.
they're allergic to tomatoes, yes, that is assault.
Yeah.
Oh, Devin,
Wow.
you were 2 down.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, sashimi, which is sushi.
Yep. Right after dead babies.
Yeah,
If we were just going by all the food answers only, I would have been like number 7.
yeah.
Cakes is on there. It took a little bit longer
Ah.
to get there, though. Ugh, almost.
Yeah, if we were going by food answers, you would have just been 2 below me. But nope. Sarah's the only one who got points. 9
Boys.
points for Sarah. 0
Now
points
she's
for
in the lead.
rest of us. She must be in the
This is my
lead.
first time in the lead.
Woo.
Wow. How
Feeling-
many points are you at?
Feeling #blast 22.
She says, I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22.
That's right.
That means I have to get 7 points in this next one.
Why? So you can feel 24?
No, to win. Oh, I thought I was at
You're
16.
at 17.
Oh, I only need 6.
Posted by somebody who deleted their username then, said, what unrealistic thing in movies annoys the hell out of you?
I'm going to jump on this right away since Sarah, yoinked ice cream out of the air. I'm going to say hacking.
Oh, really good one. I was just thinking
start
about this.
slapping that keyboard and
Yeah.
anywhere you can. And then especially whenever somebody else is like counter hacking and they're like, oh no, they've almost got me out. Oh, maybe if I just bypass the soy, type harder. I'm in.
I'm gonna say relationships.
That's good too. I gotta think. I am annoyed by unrealistic things in movies all the time, but usually it's just like blatantly unrealistic dialogue. So I don't think that's gonna be in there. I gotta think.
I mean, yeah, you could choose that one if you want.
Yeah. Ha 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 ha. I'm gonna think of something better. You're not gonna win that easily.
These two are so competitive now. The tension is palpable.
And I'm not a competitive person.
I'm over here in the last place, not giving a fuck. It's fine.
But for an audience, I'll compete. How angry will you be if I start trying to think of some and then I start listing them and then
Don't do that.
That way, if you want a better one, that's this one that I thought of first, you'd have to accept that I thought of it first.
Then I'm gonna cough so many times into the mic that you have a terrible time when you have to edit everything out. I'm gonna do something so devious.
You just start subtly noises that won't make it through like the Discord filter, but will make it to the recording. You just start like just off frame, boop boop boop, touching the microphone handle and like.
Yeah, don't give me ideas or anything, Dev.
Just like tapping her desk.
Yeah. Also, I'm sorry to me in the future and also the audience because I was doing it as an example while I was talking about it.
Shit.
Well,
what
so
unrealistic
was I.
thing
So have
in
fun with
movies?
that.
Okay, give me some dead air. Hold on. We can always just
Dead air.
Thank
Dead
you.
air.
I want to say something with like school used to bother me.
With the fact that it seemed like they never went to class.
No. Oh my God.
thought of
I'm
one.
going to think
I
of
thought
the
of one.
best one later. Don't say it. Just give me a sec. No, I have no thoughts in my head.
Yeah, but what about the game here?
You asshole. That's so mean.
I'm not going to let it affect me. Oh my God. I can't think of anything. What were yours?
Mine was hacking,
Oh yeah.
And then mine was relationships.
which is it's a pretty wide net.
But unrealistic relationships.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
what
what
we're
if somebody
talking about.
says something very specific that happens in like romantic comedies?
Then I feel like I'm still gonna fucking win, Devin. Do you got a problem with that?
Who's competitive now?
Yeah, you can't hide, Lily. I was thinking either eating, like the way people eat in movies always annoys me because they're like moving their food around. If they don't actually eat in the scene, I'm very aware of the fact that it's like set food. And then the other one is school dances, but I don't know if that's really for everybody. Like in my school, we did not have like the crazy budget of like having even any like decorations. And like we also only had like homecoming and prom. But it didn't look like the way that they do dances in schools. That was the school thing I couldn't think of. So I don't
Both of those are pretty good. I think parties in general are also pretty realistic in movies.
realistic or unrealistic.
Oh, I meant unrealistic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was
I
gonna
think the
say,
parties,
what?
like house parties.
Yeah.
Like the high school house parties.
Yeah, like how they overrun a whole house. I don't know. I've been to a few of those.
I mean, you could say how all of the children look like adults.
Oh,
And it's
that'll actually
creepy.
probably be on one. Sorry, Devin. I just blew out the microphone, but just consider it payback. You could just put like a Wookiee sound over it if you really want.
Oh, please, God, do that.
Um,
The most amazing thing I've ever heard.
Quick mini game.
I can't.
Can anybody make a Wookiee sound?
That's the best I can do. It's not
That's
great.
pretty good. I don't think I can because I
Oh,
can't
you got to
even
do the gurgle thing.
Yeah, I can't even roll my R's, and I thought that's how you did it.
No,
You
you have
gurgle?
To,
yeah, you
have to,
gurgle
Okay.
in the back of your throat. Like,
Okay, let me drink some water.
Yeah, I'm just sounding like a freight train. It's not great.
I don't know the pitch it's supposed to be because I probably could.
Oh, hold on.
Don't
You
actually
don't have
gargle.
don't, don't put water back there, Devin. You're gonna choke. Well, Well, that's the worst thing I've ever heard.
Wait, no, I've got it. Wait, no, I got it. Give me. Producer, I have an alt. Hold on. I can't do it.
Somehow worse.
Yeah, it was better when
Nope.
you were actually physically gargling.
Admittedly, I thought mine was really bad until you did yours. So thank you for
No,
making me
yours
feel
is
better
good.
about mine.
Yours was good, Sarah. You have to try it.
I don't know what it's actually supposed to sound like. What's the
It's
pitch?
supposed to sound something like.
No, that's not it.
Oh, that was
I
really
know I
good.
can actually gargle, but I don't know what it's meant
That's
to sound
just like a trill.
I feel like both
Yeah.
of yours were pretty good.
Wait, you're doing a trill with your tongue, or are
I
you
mean,
doing it
just
in your?
now I was, because I thought
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what you were doing.
No, I was doing it in the back of my throat.
That was very trilly for being in the back of your throat. That was very impressive.
I should have been cast as a Wookiee.
Yeah.
I think the Wookiee noise is a trill.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah, now
But
think
I
it is.
can't really do that very well at all.
I think it's like
Oh, yeah, I
a
can't
nasally,
do it, okay.
throaty trill, but I can't even do a normal trill.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
Hmm.
we all tried. One of us, we don't need to talk about. So,
You mean you? Sucking?
yes, I mean me.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Just making sure.
What were
So
we
we have
just
hacking.
talking about?
We have.
We were talking about what unrealistic things in movies annoy the hell out of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I knew that. Well, I do forget my answer. Oh, eating. And then something
eating
with
or,
school dances.
or parties.
Yeah.
I have another one.
Cafeteria bullying.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes. That's
ahead.
what I was just thinking of the other day when Hunter and I watched, we're watching Wednesday. And every time a bully says freak, like when they call someone a freak, I've never in my life, I have been bullied. I have seen people be bullied, and no one has ever said you're a freak. Like in that way. It's just always so like,
But it's a go-to in movies.
it is a
aggressive.
go-to. And I don't know if I don't know if that would ever come across, but yeah, that bothers me like every single time I see like because usually it's like, it's more nuanced and like,
Yeah. It's more hurtful.
yes, it's less in your face and more like devious and
Yeah, like especially if it's girl on girl, which is gonna sound weird, but like if a girl, like girls who would bully me in high school would be like, they would like make fun of my earrings, like at the beginning of the day, they'd be like, "What are those earrings? Is that like a solar system? Like what is that? Those are, ugh, man, where did you get those? Did you get them on sale? Like where did you get those? Did you get them at a garage sale? Like they were mean, and they
Yeah.
would just like pick at you.
the questions that when you answer them, it only gets worse. That's the type of
Oh,
bullying I always
God.
had.
Would you pick this or this? And then either answer is wrong. And you're just like, I just don't want to say anything at all. And then they're just like, oh, don't want to say anything. Were you scared?
Yeah. It's
God.
yeah, that's triggering.
Yeah. I hated.
So, but I never saw anybody call somebody a freak like in that way. But I don't know if that's
Well-
going to be an answer. It's so specific, and I think it really just bothers me. So,
You got to pick one. I mean, bullying could be an answer
Yeah,
because
bullying.
yeah,
is-
but that's what Lily
Lily
actually
picked
said.
relationships.
I did pick relationship.
I'll do school dances. I don't know if it's going to be on there, but
Okay. I have another one, and it's whenever the movie has like school age kids in it, all the way up through high school, and like the mom or the dad has made breakfast, and they've made like toast and eggs and pancakes and sausage and
Yes.
bacon and everything, and the kid like comes down, they're like, "Here's breakfast,"
like, a
and the
piece
kid's
of
like,
toast.
a bite
"Yeah,"
of
the
toast.
kid's like, "Thanks," and they grab a toast and like, "Gotta go," and they leave, and like,
Devin, that's a really good one.
And the mom's just like, okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, I didn't make all this fucking food for you, but all right, whatever.
And
Also,
then
who
the
had
camera-
a spread like that from breakfast?
And then the
Right?
camera stays in the house, and the mom sits down and just eats the whole thing. And she's like, "Good thing that kid's not here." Hum, nom, nom. They
Yeah.
only get one piece of toast, and they know it.
And also, I feel like it's unrealistic for a whole family to be able to have breakfast together, but maybe that was just
Yes.
like my experience. Like no one, we
Yeah.
were never all at the same time eating
Yeah.
breakfast.
On weekends,
True, on weekends.
Well, you guys watched Veggie Tales, so your family was like way more family centric than most families. So
sure, that's the metric.
That is the metric.
You could be like the reverse metric.
We have our answers, right?
Yeah.
All right. Alan Moore's Barber says map stabbers. You know how in fantasy or historical movie, all the generals and lieutenants are in a tent hunched over a table looking at a map and making plans? Then some character makes a dramatic speech and punctuates it by stabbing his knife into the map. Like,
yes.
dude, that's a hand-drawn map. Paper is rare in this world, and that thing is expensive. Some monk who took a vow of celibacy spent months making that, and you go and stab it just to make a dramatic point? Dick move. That
Good
was
one.
so much.
I didn't think about that, but that's
a good
real.
one.
Like you're just
Yeah.
that's a very valuable resource. It's not like you can just Google another map.
Right?
Not only is it like really hard to replace, but also now you're lost. Ladder Battle 8503 said everything is bulletproof.
Yeah, man, I didn't think about that. But like car doors, couches, I think I've seen maybe in TV shows pallets, like wooden shipping pallets. People like hide behind those. And
Yeah.
people are shooting guns at them. Like that's literally 1 inch of wood, maybe.
Yeah. And yeah, car doors are a good one too. Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
one.
because they always open their car doors and they're like, I'm invincible now. Next one. Oh, this counts.
It
This
totally counts.
Zilog says, we got to crack this password. Nope. I'm in.
Yep. Hacking.
Devin, you manifested your 7 points.
Really? Oh, yeah, because 10, 9, 8 points. It's 8 points.
Oh, whoops.
So the next comment was removed, but the comments underneath it make me think that would have been mine.
All right, let's dig into this. Comment removed by moderator. Yeah.
Because then it says
yeah.
from deleted, agreed, especially the classic romantic movies where they just misunderstand each other and then spend the whole time remembering each other and the happy moments until they eventually meet and kiss.
It really could have been. I feel like it also could have been just simply about how relationships are like built on misunderstandings that, or like red flags that should have been deal breakers.
Well,
We'll never know.
Ink Smudged Hands said, oh, they have a list of 3. So the utter and complete lack of window screens in houses across the U.S. characters in American movies are always sneaking in and out. Across the
yeah.
U.S. period. Characters in American movies are always sneaking in and out of houses through windows, and they never have to deal with window screens. Yeah,
It's true.
I used to think we were like weird for having window screens.
yeah, that's pretty true.
Like any NCIS episode ever.
Yep. The number 2 is when someone immediately bounces back after they've become unconscious. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's true. And also just getting knocked unconscious, like from a bottle over the head, or like you can get a concussion without getting knocked unconscious.
Yep. Oh, number 3. Speaking of which, characters yanking out IV catheters from their arms in hospital scenes and not bleeding out like a stuck pig. Duda, my best friend, who's a nurse, just told me about a patient that did that. And yeah, you have to like you have to physically stop the bleeding as whoever the healthcare provider in the room is.
You know what movie I feel like does that, but is perfectly fine? The first X-Men movie, because the person who does that is Wolverine, and that wound will seal right up, baby.
Yeah, but he's not
But
a
they
real
probably
person.
weren't. But they probably weren't thinking about it. They were probably like, "This is what happens in movies."
Yeah.
Next one, Tass Dingo says, people holding their conversation until the next scene, as if they just stay silent all the way up to wherever they're going to be next.
That's really good. The next one is actually my biggest personal pet peeve.
June from Kablam says women having a full face of makeup immediately after waking up or taking a shower. Families doing things before school in the morning, but it's daylight outside and clearly not 5 a.m. No one ever shuts the freaking door.
Okay, the
Very
first
true.
one, but all of these are so good. But yeah, I always like when women are like doing anything, like if you're just like home alone all day, and I mean, sometimes you put on makeup for fun, but yeah, no
Well,
one's going to bed
also-
with a full face on.
Yeah, no.
Also, hair on either gender, but it's more affronting. It's more of like in your face with women's hair, especially in like an action movie or like a medieval movie or
Yeah.
something. And like, oh yeah, they've just been through a battle, and the woman's like, yeah, but have you tried L'Oreal?
Right? Khaleesi's hair always looks so good, even when she's mad.
Yeah, even whenever she's
When she's flying on a dragon, which we
Yeah.
clearly know is not the case because we can't even have a car window fucking down without our hair being like. Blah, 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 blah. But no,
Yeah.
a dragon is fine.
Yeah, that's really good. Damn, I knew there were so many great answers. I just couldn't think. User deleted gunfire in a car or small room without hearing loss. Yeah.
I feel like that's a running gag in Archer where, oh, somebody actually points out Archer does a good job on this. There's a running gag in Archer
That
of
he
like
has tinnitus.
and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's why it's such a fun show.
Big Bear SD says someone who works part-time at a Starbucks / bar / whatever, living in a nice, spacious, swanky condo in the hippest neighborhood of a big city. Friends, basically.
I know,
the
yeah.
entirety
Yep.
of Friends.
Like, there are parts where she says that she's poor, but they still do all of the things. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, I think isn't Monica like grandfathered in though? They do try to explain why Monica
They
has
try.
that apartment.
It's
But no.
rent controlled, but
Oh,
also
right.
like Joey and Chandler's apartment is, it's
Yeah.
pretty nice as well, and they swap for a while.
Yeah, it's a 2-bedroom in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Warlorn said, "Reload your weapon, Sergeant. Your service pistol only holds 244 rounds, and you've already shot 243."
Yeah, whenever there's no reloading in gunfights, someone has a pistol and they shoot like 100 times.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty good. I feel like John Wick does a good job of that because they wanted to do like stylish reloading. That was part of the like gun fu.
Yeah. The next person says, like 5 or 6, when the main character of an action movie can just crash a motorcycle or a car and be more or less fine to keep going. I've been in a moderate car crash and I've crashed off a longboard at around
Oof.
45 miles per hour. The longboard crash nearly killed me, and the car crash had me confused and hurting real bad. I know that not every car crash or accident is the same, and everyone gets hurt differently to an extent, and adrenaline is one hell of a drug, but damn, action movie protagonists are fucking indestructible, and sometimes it's just really dumb to me. It's
Yeah.
fair.
All right. So
And that's the last one.
Well, okay. So Devin has 25, I have 22, and Lily has 18.
all right.
Now it's a real close game.
It's anyone's game. That's enough nutting, huh? All out of nut. It's just science.
Well, we're all out of nut.
Well, who wants to put on an asshole?
It's asshole time.
Sure.
Asshole o'clock coming in hot. Posted by a user Jimothy is your uncle. No, he's not.
It's a long one. Woo.
Ugh.
And he starts with, I'll try to keep this short.
Wow.
Okay. The question is, am I the asshole for suing my girlfriend after she had my 1967 Impala project taken to the scrapyard? He says, I'll try to keep this short. I had a 1967 Impala four-door that I bought in February 2019. A couple months ago, I bought my first house and it had a 2.5-car garage. I moved the car in and started tearing it down for a complete restoration. I had the body in one bay and the chassis in another, plus the whole garage filled with parts. About 2 months ago, my girlfriend came to live with me during this whole crisis, and the whole time has hated that car. She wants to work in the garage, but I have 2 acres of land with a lot of nice places to park under, shady trees, or hell, even a barn if it has to be inside. I tell her, tough luck, it's my house, and it's not like I can just throw it back together real quick. Anyways, I was out of town for a couple days on a business trip for the small local company I work for. When I got back, my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that. I thought maybe she was just happy to have me home, but then I realized that I didn't see her car in its usual spot. I asked her where she parked, so I could make sure I mow the area to keep it clean, and she said not to worry because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. Turns out that while I was gone, she hired some people to come over and move everything related to that car, including drivetrain, body, and chassis, and all parts, and take it to the local dump / scrapyard. I was absolutely dumbfounded. I had spent over $11,000 on that car, including new parts, services, and the car itself. I told her I was going to be taking her to court for that, and she brushed me off like I was being dramatic. I told her that it is done between us and to pack her things and leave. I admit I was really angry, but I did end up getting a lawyer. And as I have all the receipts for all that money spent, and I have her on my house's security cam footage, letting the guys in and watching them take it all, I think I can win. Her family and friends are absolutely blowing me up, saying it's just a stupid old piece of junk and that she cannot pay back all that money I spent and that I should just let it go. But
That's
I've been
her fucking
putting
fault.
Yeah. But I've been putting all my time, effort, and money into that car for a year and a half now. And god damn it if I'm not going to get justice for what she did. Am I the asshole?
No.
Not at all.
No. You did the right
She
thing.
is crazy. It's his house.
What a horrible, horrible thing to do to somebody.
Oh my God.
Yeah, this is really straightforward. Reading the title, you're like, yep, seems straightforward. Seems a little too straightforward, but absolutely not.
Apparently the junkyard was in on it. If you read the huge update, they found the car in the
Okay.
junkyard, and the police arrested somebody at the junkyard who was also on the footage of the guys who were like picking up the car parts.
Well,
Okay,
then maybe
update.
she won't have to
The situation
pay
is
as much.
wild.
Update. Went to the police station last night. I was told to come back in the morning. I just got back and filed an official report against her for grand larceny and grand theft auto. I showed them all the receipts I had for the car and footage of her letting the guys come in and take it, as well as the title for the vehicle in my name. They said they will be in contact with all three parties, me, ex-girlfriend, junkyard guys, soon, and they will hopefully be able to recover some or all of the car. Just have to wait now. Huge update. They found my goddamn car! The junkyard guys apparently were in the middle of hiding it when the police came to ask
my
them
God.
questions. It was on a forklift, and they were going to put it on top of a pile of cars that was hidden behind more piles of cars. They said it was theirs and that they had the title, but obviously didn't have the title for it. And since they matched the VIN on the chassis and VIN on the title, blah, 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 it was obvious mine. Wow. At least one person has been arrested.
Because it's
man.
theft. That's
Yeah.
that guy's property. She doesn't live there. She has absolutely no right to anything on his property.
Not to mention, like, even if she did live there, like, that's a car and the title is in one person's name. You
Yep.
can't just do that, even if you live there and it's on shared property,
I
right?
feel like it depends on whether or not they were married and what the laws of that state are. I feel like most of the time you would be right, but sometimes states are weird and like your property is the other person's property regardless once you get married. I know some places are like that with specifically real estate. I don't know about like cars and stuff.
Well, maybe it's good grounds
Yeah.
for divorce or something.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I know in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I'm like almost 100% positive that once you get married, like your house is half theirs, even if you weren't initially on the,
Wow.
yeah.
So, can we talk about the audacity of this woman?
Oh my God. To
Like-
like be invited to live with someone and then to wait till they're away and like sell their shit to make room for your shit when there's already room for your shit.
Yeah.
Like
and-
that's
and
wild to me.
Going back and looking at it, about 2 months ago,
Yeah.
my girlfriend came to live with me. So, like, 2 months.
Make yourself
It
at
Hasn't even been that
home.
long.
And she
Like,
was
maybe that
offered
was
to
it.
park. Didn't he say she could park in the barn?
Yeah.
She-
She probably
yeah.
couldn't let her car in the barn because it was too messy or something.
That's who
Oh my
Who-
God.
who gets, even if it's not, so this is a very, very expensive project, $11,000 worth of
Yeah.
a project, but even disregarding that monetary value, like, who is a monster enough to like go to their SO's like project
Yeah, your
that
hobby.
they spend their time on, their hobby, and be like, I'm gonna move all of this and get rid of it forever, and
And
I'm
she
gonna
wasn't
park
even
my
going to say
car.
anything.
Yeah, I hope he didn't waste too much time in this relationship.
Yeah,
Like
he
she wouldn't
says-
have said anything if he hadn't asked where her car was.
Yeah, I mean, I think he would have found out pretty quick.
Yeah.
When I got
But
back,
yeah.
my girlfriend was all smiles, making me food all the time, doing all the chores, all that.
I know I was ready for him to say like it was a huge misunderstanding. Someone said that they could help her move it for him and it would be, but no, it was just like pure
No, she's just fucking crazy.
bad intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take one more quote out of here. I asked her where she parked so I could make sure I mow there and keep it clean. And she said, not to worry, because she parked in the garage. I asked how, and she told me to go check it out. So like she's brazen about, she thinks that it's going to be fine, it sounds like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I thought it was going to be some kind of miscommunication because why
Misunderstanding.
was she so
Right.
giddy about it? It makes me really sad.
But these are like the people who are so weird. Like they're just weird people out there. Like there are posts of like moms going through like their daughter-in-law's shit and then the sons
Yeah,
are
true.
just
Gross.
like, it's fine.
That's
That's just
disgusting.
my mom. That's just what she does. And you're just like, that's not normal. That's not what people do. Like that's her personal stuff. No, that's not acceptable. They're just like, oh, it's fine. You're overreacting.
Right. And the fact that all of her family members were trying
Yeah,
to
they're like, oh,
gaslight
it's no big
him.
deal. God, you're making such
that's-
a big thing about this. So dramatic.
A huge point of that too is they're like, she would never be able to afford all this money. How
Right.
could you do this to her, monster? Like, okay, the money that she just threw away.
Right.
Right. Which apparently says that she didn't even get money for taking it to the junkyard. She just took it there. Like she just
Wow.
wanted it
Yeah.
gone.
Or she like worked out a deal with them and got paid. I don't know.
It's so
Also,
weird.
that she could park in a garage. We don't even park in our garage.
We don't. We have a 2-car garage. Neither of our cars get parked in there.
What do you
just
put
filled
in your
with-
garage?
Garbage.
Yeah, garbage. Just filled with garbage. No, we have like gardening stuff and the lawnmower and an old couch and a couple other things. So
Some tools, some sawhorses.
there would be room for a car if we like organized it, but who has time for that?
Yeah. Plus, you have a driveway, so
Right.
good enough.
And like I don't want to take the time. Like my car is old. Like it doesn't have like the video game parking situation on the dashboard whenever I'm parking. I have to do it the old-fashioned way.
By turning
And-
turning your head.
I have to like turn my head and look at my mirrors and shit. And that's just a lot of work. Like I'm just going to park where I park. It's fine. My car's old. It can sit outside.
You're still supposed to turn your head when you're using the video game version of parking.
Well, a lot of people don't.
That's true.
The video game version. I like that.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's play some car
The-
Tetris.
The like new generation of cars, or I guess fancy cars for a couple of generations now, have like that stitched view where it's multiple cameras that they stitch together so that it's basically they're fish-eyed enough that they can edit it in the system on the dashboard, and it gives you like a top-down view of your car, and you
Yes.
see like all of your surroundings.
It's
and
so
anything
weird.
you would bump into and run over. That's crazy to me. That's very cool.
Yeah, while I was home for Thanksgiving, my mom drove me somewhere in her Sonata, and it was like that. And I was really confused. I couldn't figure out how they were creating that visual.
Yeah, just super fish-eyed lenses,
Yeah.
cropped and stitched together, I think.
Honestly, I don't know how much easier it made the experience because I wasn't the one driving, so I can't really say, but it doesn't seem perfectly intuitive.
I've seen it where it must be edited in like unwarped or something, because I've been in a BMW, I think it was, which might explain some things, because they're like, the fanciest stuff
Yeah.
for our fanciest drivers. And also, there's a stick on the steering wheel. We don't know what it does. It's the turn signal. But this one was like, it was not distorted. It was literally like a bird's eye view of your car. Like you had
Wow.
a drone floating above it, and you were just like, "Meh, I can drive this little remote control car, except there are living beings inside."
Yeah, that's really weird. That would be such a
crazy.
strange disconnect.
It was cool though. I want one. So we're all very much in agreement that this guy is not the asshole.
Not the
no.
asshole. What an easy one.
Yeah. We'll award the girlfriend super asshole points.
Yeah. I wonder what she did to afford having to pay for all this. Because, I mean, even though we got his car back, I wonder if he still sued. Like, if he still went forth.
He should.
Agreed.
Well, that was easy. Here's another thing. People want our advice. I just know it. I just know that with all of our life experience and wisdom.
Yeah, we're the ones
People
to
wanna-
be giving advice. For sure.
Yeah, of course. I can't think of anybody more qualified as long as I stop before I start thinking. So we have a life pro tip request.
Just for
and
us.
that is,
Yep.
yeah, just for us.
So the request by the deleted user is, when applying to a new job, do you lie on your current salary? And I have a wonderful answer for this that I'm sure will
Oh.
be useful to everyone. You don't give your current salary because it's none of their fucking business.
Wow. See, Lily's one of those people who will not be pushed around in situations like that.
I do
Where I'm one of
admire
those-
that.
I've gotten like
Yeah.
95% of the jobs that I have applied for, and you never give a previous salary for something that you did. You talk about your accomplishments, you talk about your worth, and you talk about what you bring to the table for this position. It is absolutely none of their business what you made at your previous jobs.
Yeah, I physically have to practice in the mirror redirecting that conversation, which I recently did. And I just said, I'd prefer to focus on what my needs are now and then just try
Right.
to redirect. But yeah, in the past, I have lied.
There are a lot of things that I deeply respect about you, Lily, and that is one of them for sure.
Aw.
Because I think I've been lucky enough to not deal with this in an interview, but on applications. I'm like, well, I guess I have to answer.
And
I
then
feel
Lily
like if I
swoops
were
in and she's like, no.
Yeah,
I
no,
wish.
you absolutely don't have to answer.
No,
You
but
are-
in an
you
interview,
are not
I would
required.
definitely crumple, because I would be in there and I'd be like, can I do work for you and you give me money, please? And then be like, do you want a coupon to Taco Bell?
And
I'd
you're
be
like, that'll do.
I'm like, I mean, if that's what you got, that's what you got. I'll see you on
No.
Monday.
Gotta know your worth.
Yeah.
I know my
And
worth.
always come in like
It's a coupon
with
for Taco
the
Bell.
research to know like what the actual pay scale is for comparable jobs
Yep.
in that area, because sometimes they will lowball the shit out of you and be like, oh no, this is what the average, and you can be like, I'm sorry, but that's not the data that I got whenever I looked it up. It's like at least $10 an hour higher. So if that's not something that you can do, I totally understand, but I don't think that that's something that I would be able to fulfill for you for that amount of money.
That's something that I can't do. I can stand up for somebody else. I can be as abrasive as I need to be for somebody else. But if it's for myself, all abrasiveness like goes out the window. And I'm just like, I don't really like it, but all right.
But that's the thing. It's not, number one, it's super important to stand up for yourself, because
That's true.
you
Fully
know,
agree.
you should know your worth, and you should push to be making what you're worth, number one. But whenever you're in a relationship, you're not just fighting for you, you're fighting for your other person too. Like, you're fighting for your worth, but you're also fighting for your household.
Yeah.
So if that helps
true.
you at all.
Yeah, no.
You're not
And-
just fighting for you.
Yeah, no.
You're also fighting for me, Devin. Get it together.
No, there's all. Yeah, but think about the Taco Bell.
No one wants coupons to Taco Bell. A stranger would give it to you for free on the street, probably, because it's made of garbage.
Excuse me. We had a
That's
conversation.
Devin's salary you're talking about.
Yeah.
Devin's
Is what
salary
I
is
make
made exclusively
A
of
joke
garbage.
to you?
Apparently, it is now.
There's
If
a
all
lot
you're
of
making is
Is my
hyperbole.
bi-weekly
for-
coupon just nothing to you?
It's not even a weekly coupon. He can literally only eat at Taco Bell once every other week.
And
Yeah.
nothing
So
else.
sad. So sad.
But you know what that means? That
Poops on
means-
one day every other week.
Well, 10 poops one day every other week.
But no, it's really important to know your worth, guys. Know
my
your
God.
worth.
Agreed.
There's a lot of super great motivational videos on TikTok for that, I will
Yes,
say.
that's like how I learned to negotiate.
Yes, if you can like get sucked into the business side of TikTok, there's some really useful motivational videos on how to talk about asking for a raise, how to talk about, selling yourself in a job interview, how to tailor a resume to a position, because if you're just like giving the same old resume to every employer that you're trying to get hired for, you're doing it wrong. There's so many good tips on there. Highly recommend getting sucked into the business side of TikTok.
Agreed.
I do want to answer. I haven't gotten to answer this deleted user. When applying to a new job, do you lie on your current salary? And I'm going to say yes, absolutely. But don't stop there. You've already opened the floodgate. Keep lying. What was your past position? President of the United States.
That's totally
how
not verifiable information.
Yeah, you can't. You can't
They
check.
can't figure that out.
And then if they challenge you on it, you go, okay, excuse me, have you ever met any of the presidents of the United States, or have you only heard about them?
Yeah, and you say, excuse me, you had the budget for fact checkers? I think you have the budget for this salary I'm asking for.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
You
when
can
they're
al-
trying
you
to
can-
fact check you for being the president
good
of the
one.
United States.
Yeah. You also, when applying to the job, just put one of your past jobs was their boss. And then you're like, okay, well, if you don't hire me for this job, I'm still your boss, and I'm telling you to hire me for this
Oh
job.
my God.
It's really easy, people. It's really easy.
I saw a lot of people tweeting that everyone should just put Twitter as their previous job
Absolutely.
because now it's like almost impossible to track. Because
That's
there's
true,
there's
and-
no well, there's basically no employees, but there's no developers
Yeah.
at Twitter at all anymore
Wait,
coding
does
people.
Twitter still
also-
exist at this point?
As a who knows
Marginally.
whenever
For a
this
friend.
who knows whenever this episode's gonna release.
Twitter
Could
could be
be.
gone by then.
It's on its last legs. It's on
Could
its
be a
last
day from now.
wings.
Yeah.
That sucked. I like how Twitter turned into
A dumpster fire?
yeah, and also just like a massive roast of Elon Musk.
And
It was
not even
exactly
only
what he was
Elon
hoping
Musk,
wouldn't
like,
happen.
Some of the things that they put on there, like insulin is free now and shit like
Yes.
that. Like, oh my God, I was so here for it.
I feel like there are a lot of people who aren't as compassionate who are in hiring roles, but there are a lot of people who are compassionate. If I were in a hiring position and somebody said that they worked at Twitter, I would just out of like solidarity be like, okay, yeah, I'm giving that person a mental like +1 in the stack of people to hire because like that's a real crappy hand they were dealt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're just like, you've been
Sucks.
through a lot, my friend.
Yeah. Also, if it's not a compassionate person who's the hiring manager, you probably don't want to work there anyway. So it's fine to
That's
not get
true.
that job. Always take that in consideration. If you don't get hired there, it probably wasn't a good fit. It's okay. Move on.
Easy peasy life pro tip request. Know your worth and tell everybody that you're Elon Musk.
Lemon
Don't do that.
squeezy.
Don't do that. Don't do that at all. That's awful.
Yep.
Don't do that.
Put it on your resume.
Nope. Nobody likes
No
that
one
guy.
can fact check it. Legally change your name to Elon Musk and then be like, I've changed. And then that's that. I'm going to cut that. Thanks for listening to Only Mostly Thread, everybody. If you like us, you can follow us on all the socials at Only Mostly Thread. And if you like us, consider supporting us on Patreon. It really goes a long way towards helping us make this a thing. And there are tons of bonuses you can get, like access to the community Discord or juicy, uncut episodes. And no matter what, you'll have a named shout out in an episode once you join. Because really, your support means the world to us. And we can't thank you enough. I'm still Devin.
I'm still Lily.
Still Sarah over here.
Go
You
tweet
didn't
about
smoke
it.
this week, did you?
No, I smoked too much.
Oh, no.